out here walking, just now getting to my first workout. I went in the office and took care of some business. Been responding back to your emails and your replies under the videos, and just thanking God for who He is. He's so sweet. But this is what I want to say. I was thinking about fasting. A good way to start your fast. It's difficult to fast, but it's, remember, like throughout my other videos, I talk about being forced to fast. So it's difficult to fast, but when you are forced to fast, it's like you have no choice. So sometimes, like when God called me to fast and it's so hard. So here's the thing, I will start, or I will say I'm gonna start tomorrow and I don't. Now all of this is mentally. So I keep telling myself, okay, I'm gonna start. The reason why I know, okay, let me just stop right there. Let me say this. Like I already told you all, when God tell me to fast, it's not always easy. Sometimes it be okay. Some fasts be smoother than others to start the fast and the process of going through the fast. But then sometimes it's just hard, because once you start fasting and getting in that intimate place with God, is so beautiful, you know. And I'm gonna say this, I had this one guy that emails me all the time. He's such a sweet person, and this is what he was having such a difficult time. So finally, when he got to 8 days, he said, Joy, he said, it's so beautiful. And all this was through the Facebook Messenger or email. He said how beautiful it is. The 8th day, he said, I'm not even hungry. He just said, being in God's presence is so beautiful. So I said that to say this. Once you get to a certain stage, it's like, man, oh my God, it's so beautiful. So what I want to talk about in this video is a fast that will help you start your fast, to help you get ready for your fast, and to rid you of yourself and your doubt and your unbelief and your disobedience, so that you can obey God and do the fast that He's telling you to do. And this is a 24-hour fast. Now, 24-hour fast, I recommend either liquids or water only. Liquids or water only fast. So just say you get up, you eat breakfast, you eat lunch, and you're going to fast. You're going to start your fast at 6 p.m. Well, don't eat anything until 6 p.m. the next day. That's how those fasts right there really helps me to prepare myself for the fast that God calls me to do. Now, I know you got some super spiritual people, or people that don't understand your relationship with the Lord, that will tell you, well, if you sleep, that ain't fasting. Well, why they call it breakfast? Because you just broke a fast. See, here's the thing, and that's a kind of a joke. But people that are critical, that has a critical spirit, will always find a way to try to analyze things and be very analytical. But you can't let nobody be analytical with your relationship with the Lord. So that 24-hour fast, it helps you to prepare yourself for whatever fast God called you to do. So just say if you want to wake up that morning and just do 24 hours that whole day, like just wake up at 5 and say, I'm going to fast until 5 tomorrow. Whatever your 24-hour day fast will be, get it in. Get that fast in. And I tell you, when you do that, it makes it so much more easier for you to start and complete your fast. And it's a beautiful thing. So whether you do 24-hour water fast, 24-hour just liquid only, it's so beautiful. When you fasting, especially when you do that 24-hour fast, man, you feel so like, first of all, you feel so disciplined. You feel so accomplished. You feel so in control of you, and not being defeated because your flesh has been ruling you all this time. It's like you feel the presence of God. Now listen here. Don't get me wrong. All fast is not a fast where you feel so close to God, you just feel his presence. You're not going to feel God's presence in every fast you do. You might, but I haven't. Some fasts be so beautiful, I just cry like a baby. I feel it. It's like his word is just in my belly, bubbling up. It's like his presence is so strong all over me. And sometimes I be saying, where you at? God, where you at? So don't get it twisted, thinking that if you don't feel God's presence that you're not fasting. No. You might have different experiences throughout every time you fast. You can't you can't take a picture and try to make your picture fit your next fast. You just have to go with God. Okay, so you got that one. So if you do a 24-hour water fast or a 24-hour liquid fast, it will help you prepare your mind mentally for the fast that God has for you. Or it just may be your fast. Maybe God wants you fasting 24 hours 1 day a week. Maybe he wants you fasting 24 hours 3 days a week. You see? But I'm telling you that 24-hour fast is a chain breaker. It's amazing. So that's all I wanted to do, just give you all a little quick word of encouragement of how what I do when it's hard for me to start fasts. And also, enlighten you on just different kinds of fasting. So, but in the 24-hour fast, I recommend just water or liquids. Water or liquids. And when I say liquids, I mean any liquid substance except for alcohol. I don't promote alcohol, but I ain't got this. No, I'm talking about liquids, milk, juice, juicing. Just even if I'm doing a 40-day liquid fast, I do milkshakes. I do whatever liquids that God let me do. I do. I sure do. So try it. You might like it. And then, like I said, I'm really talking to the people that's having a difficult time starting their fast. Like I told you, when God tells me to fast, and it's so hard, I know when I'm falling behind because it's just different things start happening. I overeat, I overspend money, I start gaining weight. Somebody else can't see it, but I can see it. Just when I gain weight, the first thing I gain is my hips and my behind. So other people might look and say, ooh, like my mother, I saw her yesterday. She was like, ooh, Joy, you so beautiful. She's talking about, girl. And my daughter said it too. One of my daughters said, Mama, they're talking about my behind. And my mama talking about, girl, that's what these women pay for. I said, I say, no, that big behind like that is not comfortable to me, Mama. I say, no. And your body will let you know what's okay. It might look good, but it's not. But to me, it's not. My body lets me know, Joy, that's not okay. So certain things like that let me know when I'm off. If I start picking up weight, if I start, financially, or the enemy start really just coming at me, just different things let me know, okay, Joy, you got to fast. And so when it's difficult for me to obey God, which I'm not the type of person. When God tells, I am the type of person now, because I've learned obedience through the things that I've suffered. I'm more, I'm quicker to obey God than not, even though I have my times when it's hard. So on those days when I'm taking too long to start my fast, I would send some texts out. I never tell somebody when I'm fasting, but I'll send some texts out and say, pray for me. Or I'll do my 24-hour fast, which helps me to get right back on track. that 24-hour fast, it just lines you right up. It's like the train is coming and the tracks have been set. So I just want to share that with you all. And I don't mean to offend anybody, talking about my hips and stuff. I was just trying to say, when I start seeing, all of that extra, I don't want all of that extra, because I don't like the way it make me feel, my body feel. I'm, like when I gain weight, I'm like around 160 to maybe like 170 something. That's too thick for me. But when I'm, the weight that I'm comfortable with is 145 to maybe 158. 145 to 158, that's comfortable to me. Even though some people might say I'm little, when I get 148, people say, like people that know me, oh, that's too little. I don't care what they say. They'll say, oh, that's too little. But you got your hips. What are you talking about? This is where don't let nobody tell, when you start losing weight, that's a whole nother story. Don't let nobody tell you where your body tells you that you're home. Your body will let you know that this is home. It will let you know when you get to your home weight. So, you know me, I'm about health and fitness, naturally and spiritually. That's just a mantle that God has given me. That's a calling that God has given me. Why am I physically into health and fitness? Because I hate the way I feel when I'm obese. So my desire is to go help other people so that they won't feel that way. So all I'm saying is, I notice when it's time when I'm going too far, because the enemy come in like a flood. So I got to call on Jesus and obey him by fasting, and then he lift up that standard and make that devil flee. So, like I said, if anything I'm saying in this video offends you, please forgive me. But I love you all. So I was just talking about the 24-hour fast. Have a blessed day. I just want to take you all with me on my walk, but now I'm going to spend some time with Jesus. I love you all. Have a blessed day. God bless.